Not too long ago, when gas was fairly expensive, Fox News, naturally, was pissed. And they were all over it in their coverage. I'm talking about the Fox News channel, the Fox Business Network, all the different hosts, whether they're opinion hosts or supposedly the straight news people on Fox, although I don't know how many of those there actually are. And in fact, let's go ahead and take a look at one of the screenshots here, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So this is from, I don't know how many months ago or a year or two ago, where it says, more than just gas pains, which is actually a weird thing to say because that sounds like a strange double entendre. It says, effect of high fuel prices, $4 a gallon, causing the number of people that say it's causing some hardship, 71%, causing serious hardship, 41%. And then you see in the banner there it says, danger to the economy of high gas prices. And that was a business alert, so they're really upset about this, and they're covering it in a very, very serious way, very journalistic way, how gas prices are hurting the regular guy. Well, now that gas is cheap again, since they decided to go after the administration when gas was expensive before, now that gas isn't expensive, what they're going to do is a segment where they say, finally, the Obama administration did something right, and finally gas prices have gone down. Thank you, President Obama. What a great job they did. Right? I think you already know the answer to that question. Now it says, regular gas, $3.03, and the banner reads, cheap gas hurts economy? That about says it all in terms of Fox News right there. No, this is why, people sometimes message me, people who are supposedly moderate or center-right people, and they get mad at me. And they're like, you're really, really hard on Fox News. You're really, really hard on Republicans. And that may not be the best way to get across your message to them. And it may not build bridges in the right way. And they have all these arguments and all these rationalizations that they present to me about why I'm doing my job wrong. But my response to that is always, I don't take these people seriously. If I want to have a real political discussion with somebody I disagree with, I'll, invite over some smart libertarian to sit down and we can discuss different fiscal policies, different economic policies. We can discuss the merits of regulation and whatnot. There are plenty of conservatives who are respectable people. Some of them are libertarians. Others are what I call European-style conservatives, where they're just much more moderate in their conservatism, and they accept facts like global warming, and they don't debate things anymore that really aren't debatable, whereas here in the U.S., we still have conservatives barking about creationism and whatnot. So that's my response. I don't take these people seriously. There's not a real discussion going on between myself and people like me in progressive media and people in right-wing media. The right-wing people are just liars and hacks and partisan idiots. See, if you were to be consistent in terms of the principles you believe in, then I'd have a conversation with you. If you did the segment where you're mad about the expensive price of gas back when it was really high, and then today you come out and you do a segment where you say, good news, the price has gone down, well, then you're somewhat of a serious person. I see you actually care about the principle of cheap gas, and then we could have a conversation about that. But that's not what they do. They flip-flop all over the place like a fish fresh out of water, depending on what the Democrats do. I mean, Sean Hannity was the perfect example of this when the NSA spying program under Bush was uncovered. He did segments all the time, nonstop, calling Democrats weak on national security. The Democrats want the terrorists to win. The Democrats don't care about protecting the homeland because they're not in favor of this mass spying program. That's what his position was. Then all of a sudden, when we had the same NSA program leaks under President Obama, the Edward Snowden leaks, all of a sudden you had Sean Hannity do a 180. Now he says this is a violation of the Fourth Amendment, this is a violation of your privacy rights, and this is something that can't stand. We can't allow the government to do bulk collection of our information. We didn't approve of this. Big government is becoming tyrannical, etc., etc. Now, you could pick one of those two positions, And it's fine, and we could have a discussion about it. But you have to stick to that position. You can't just change your mind because it's a Democrat or a Republican in office. See, this is how silly people think. This is how morons think when they don't care about the actual policy substance. They either play offense or defense. So when their team is in office, then they're playing defense. Any criticism ever, bat it away, bat it away, bat it away. Even if it's a criticism that they would otherwise agree with, bat it away, bat it away, bat it away, because I'm going to play defense for my guy in office. And then when it's the president who's of the opposing party in office, then they go on offense and attack everything they do and nitpick this and that, and they don't give any credit, even when said president does things that are in line with the supposed ideology of conservatism, like, for example, cutting taxes for over 90% of the American people, like President Obama did. They don't give him any credit for that. Like implementing Obamacare, which is a Heritage Foundation plan. It's a free market approach to health insurance. It's a very right-wing reformation to the health care and health insurance system. They don't give him any credit for that. Like continuing many of Bush's foreign policies, which they loved under George W. Bush, they don't give him credit for any of that. Like cutting the deficit, which they pretend is one of their number one things. They care about fiscal responsibility. They don't give him any credit for that. So I'm not going to take you seriously unless and until you decide to start thinking about these things seriously and you care about the issues. If you're loyal to the principle over the person or the principle over the people, then we could have a conversation and I'll take you seriously. But if you're just flip-flopping all over the place and you're loyal to the party or the people over the principles, you're a clown.